Yeah. So YouTube boxing honestly fucking sucked this summer. We had three whole fights. We had Austin versus Gibb, Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury, and then we have KSI versus Alex Wasabi. And all three of those fucking fights are either postponed or canceled, which sucks. Let's talk about all three. So let's start with the first one that got canceled, which was Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury. Because Tommy Fury couldn't get into the United States because his brother's affiliated with some gang shit. I don't know the details for that one, but that sucked because that would have been Jake Paul's first fight against an actual boxer, and would have been amazing. We all wanted to watch it because if Jake Paul would have won that, you really couldn't say shit to him. Like he would have been he's a boxer. You know what I'm saying? And then you had some obscene guy that came in that couldn't meet the weight, which is whole dumb shit. I mean, honestly, that one was very unrealistic, and no one really cared about that one. I probably would have just watched the replays later, uploaded or some shit like that. But that one was like just a nonchalant, like that was a replacement fighter that like it was like okay. I mean, I'm not paying for that shit, but I guess I watch like the aftermath. But I don't really care if Jaco loses that one, even if he's a boxer, because it's not the fight that we wanted and the fight that was building up for all this time. Like this is a second Tommy Fury fight that he was trying to do, but it's whatever at this point. But he could have. I mean, I was hearing that Jake Paul and Tommy Fury could have fought on KSI's undercard, which KSI was offering, but I guess no one wanted to do that because everyone was pack that shit up. Like they got the fuck out of there. So who knows about that one? I mean, hopefully it was actually could have been a good fight, but I guess we're never gonna see that one. Maybe we'll get a third try as a charm, But I don't care about it at all, and I really don't want to watch it. So then we got the second fight, which is Gibb versus Austin Boom. Now I wanted to see that because that's kind of like the mid-level of YouTube boxing. Like those are the two people that whoever wins can go to like the bigger stage, like fighting your Logan Pauls, your Jake Pauls, your KSI type beat. Like whoever wins that gets that redemption. And sadly, I heard multiple stories. Like first, it was about them not making enough money off the pay-per-views, which I wouldn't be surprised because I don't even remember anyone else on that card, bro. I just remember it was Gibb versus Austin. I don't know if they announced it or not, but that's the only one that I heard. And like the hype was not crazy for that one. I would say that was the least hype out of all of them. We kind of was just like, okay, I guess I'll watch it. I mean, I'm not gonna say no to YouTube boxing, but that's what it was. And then apparently, or that Gibb, got a concussion or some head thing and some head injury. So we don't really know. I mean, that one's the only one that's getting postponed. So maybe we'll still get that later in this year. But for right now, that one's not a thing either. I mean, it might just be permanently canceled. Then we have I'll probably make another video specifically about KSI versus Jake Paul after this, just to talk about that one. But let's talk about the last YouTube boxing, which is KSI versus Alex Wasabi. Now, this one I was hyped for because I am a KSI fan. But we got news, I think it was today or yesterday, that Alex Wasabi pulled out the fucking fight, which is fucking, oh my god. It's just annoying. So, it's just upsetting. I mean, I wish we could have seen it all. So, I heard multiple stories. I heard he has concussion / a broken hand. And I also heard that Jake Paul paid him off to get him off the card, and I wouldn't be surprised about either option. Honestly, it would have been surprising. So that leaves us with KSI, Austin Boom, and Jake Paul. Which the follow-up videos of this, I'll kind of just explain what all three fights can look like, and what could happen, because Jake Paul talking big mad shit right now, and I kind of want to get my 2 cents in that. So yeah, I mean, YouTube boxing sucked for this summer. We had so many fights lined up, and not a single one of them happened. And, well, yet. I don't know about the KSI one. They might get a replacement fighter. I don't know about that shit. Yo, this is after editing Joseph. So, apparently, KSI just been announced to fight some guy named Swarmzy. He's a YouTube music guy. He called out KSI like a couple months ago. I mean, I'll still watch the fight. I'm just not excited as Alex Wasabi versus KSI, but hey, I just wanted to interject this because I know I'm going to talk about more shit, and I feel like this is important news to add to the video. But, I mean, it's just, likes me, because I like watching. That gets me into boxing. That got me into boxing. Like, I like my Canelo, Tank, Ryan Garcia, the big stars like that. And that makes me, like, interested in more boxing, because I'm like, oh, shit, that was clean. Let me go and watch more. But I guess we'll see. I mean, that's about it. In a bit.